Hi beauties, welcome to episode 3 of Pink Eyes till Valentines. Prepping my eyes with e.l.f. concealer, not applying on the lid, only above the crease. Going in with a lighter warm brown as a transition color, using a fluffy brush to really get this blended through. We will be deepening up this color, so you really want to make sure it is well blended and all above the crease. Using a dark brown and a black brown to deepen up the crease, using an M506 Morphe brush, place your eyeshadows in the shape of a cut crease. With this darker color, you want to really build it up. So first you're going to pack it on and then you're going to blend it upwards into the first lighter shade. Using my helpful duo of micellar water and a Q-tip, we are now going to cut our crease. We are creating a trace of the cut crease, which will help us next in starting the white liner. This step can also help you if you are too low and you need to bring your colors even more up. P. Louise paint in white. Since we had our helpful tool, now all we have to do is trace our cut crease with this white paint. Ideally, you want to make sure your eyeliner is somewhat thick. So first you're going to place and create the shape of your cut crease, and you're going to start pushing that product down till you have the ideal thickness that you want. Since we are doing this graphic liner, you really want to make sure that your cut crease is high enough. I'm going to be setting it with a white eyeshadow, and then we are going to cut the crease again. Using my micellar water and my Q-tip, now we are going to clean up and have the ideal thickness for our liner. The top is done. Now let's connect the bottom wing. Starting at the end of the eye and connecting upwards, going to set this end with the white eyeshadow, and then we could take off our tape. P. Louise blank canvas. With the blank canvas, we are going to be covering up our lid and preparing it for the ombre colors. This step is pretty simple and easy. All you have to do is fill it in and trace. Now using patting motions to diffuse any creasing and any unblended areas. Make sure to do this step so when you set it, everything is all smooth. Setting it with a translucent powder from Dermablend, and you just want to pack it all over that lid. Starting off our ombre with a pink color on the M506 brush, and now we are packing and patting this on the lid. Moving into our second pink color, which is a darker pink. And remember, when you want to blend out colors, you want to go on top of where that first color ended, and you want to make sure to mesh them together by going back and forth with both colors. Now with our third color, which is a red, I'm really making sure to pack on these colors. Obviously, I'm dipping into my palette 2 to 3 times to get the most pigment. Now the final 2 colors with a precision brush, and we really want to make sure the end of this is really sharp and neat. So I'm going in with a smaller brush to really get that sharp line. Adding white eyeshadow into the inner corner of the eye. You may be wondering how I didn't get any of the colors onto my white eyeliner. I went back in with a small precision brush of each color so I could get really close to the white liner so it could be neat and sharp. Now to create the hearts, I'm using the Raver pigment from P. Louise and a nail brush. To create the hearts, all you want to do is make a V shape, and then you are going to thicken it up. In this step, you can make as many hearts and in as many shapes as you would like. Just make sure to add little details. So I add like half a heart in some sections. Now to the bottom, we are going to be picking up those darker colors using a precise brush and putting these colors close to the lower lash line but under the waterline. For the waterline, we are going to be adding this P. Louise paint, which is the white paint we use for the liner. Mixing our first brown shade with the lightest pink just to create a beautiful blend on the bottom. And we are diffusing those darker colors, adding more white and brightening up that inner corner once again. And now we are done. Thanks for watching, beauties, and let me know any other looks you'd like to see in this series.